Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Camilla and today we're watching the third episode of Chernobyl. The name of this episode is Open Wide, O Earth. Gosh, that only makes me wonder what the effects of this whole ordeal are on the actual Earth itself, because obviously so far we have been mostly focusing on the effects on all of the humans, because that is what we are most rapidly witnessing, that is what we're seeing. But I mean, I don't know if that's what this episode is going to be about at all, but it does make me think about more than just the impact on all of the humans. So I'm certainly curious to see what happens in this one. My overall feeling throughout this series so far is a lot of curiosity and eagerness to know what happens. You can find the full-length reactions to all of Chernobyl as well as every other thing that I have watched on YouTube on my Patreon. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and let's get into it. Here is episode 3 of Chernobyl. Gosh, this decimeter sound. Okay, so at the end of the last episode, did their flashlights just go out? They didn't. They had me thinking that everybody just died. Gosh, and they don't have a way that they can, like, communicate with words, really, from all their gear. It's building so much anticipation.
Is it possible that the water has already killed them?
Yes.
Then what? It doesn't work.
I don't think he has a then what. I don't think he knows. All of this is unprecedented, so I don't know if he has a next option. Oh my god, they made it out. Oh, get all their clothes off immediately, right? They need to get all their clothes off. Get off any potential form of contamination.
I'm here to see my husband, Vasily Ignatenko. He's a firefighter from Chernobyl. I have permission.
I'm sorry, no visitors.
She made it. I don't think her husband's in good condition.
You can't be here. It's not safe.
I am here to see my husband.
You can't.
I have permission. I've...
You can see him for 30 minutes. Not a minute more. And you cannot touch him in any way. Do you understand? Oh. You're not pregnant, are you?
No.
Radiation, radiation, radiation. And just being within the proximity.
Oh, wait, I haven't finished yet.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Faces.
Look who the cat dragged in.
There's no hiding from you, is there?
You can't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch him, no!
It's okay.
I don't know if it's more for her safety or for his, necessarily, I guess. Probably both. Oh no! Stop touching him! Easy to say, hard to do, especially because she does not know or understand the magnitude of this situation. But you can't help but just want to, like, pull them apart and be like, stop. No. Is she gonna get infected now? I mean, she might have already since she was in the town. I don't think infected is quite the right word, but exposed, I guess.
Someone decided that the evacuation zone should be 30 kilometers when we know 200 kilometers away.
It was decided.
Based on what?
I don't know.
Is this really the way it all works?
You should watch your tone, Comrade Legaza.
We have visual confirmation that the fire is nearly extinguished, that the temperature is rising, and
There's a spike in zirconium-95.
What does that mean?
It's from the cladding on the fuel rods. The meltdown has begun.
Literal meltdown? It seems that you might have stayed for longer than 30 minutes.
Get off him! You're hurting him! You can't be in here. Be in here!
God, what are they even feeling? May 2nd.
The fire's nearly out. The bubbler tanks are being drained. The situation inside the core is deteriorating faster than anticipated. The Gazov estimates a 50% chance that the fuel will breach the pad and
melt down into the groundwater itself. The primary water supply for approximately 50 million people, not to mention crops and livestock. We're recommending we install a heat exchanger under the pad to lower the core temperature and halt the meltdown. I'm told that we will need all of the liquid nitrogen in the Soviet Union.
Oh?
Of course, we'll also need...
Whatever you need, you have it. That should be clear
Yes.
by now. Anything else?
I'd like to address the 30-kilometer exclusion zone.
No?
The half-life of plutonium-239 is 24,000 years, so perhaps we should just say not within our lifetimes.
I think you and I should take a walk.
What will happen to our boys? The divers, the firefighters, the men in the control room?
Skin blisters, turns red then black. The patient appears to be recovering, but they aren't. This usually only lasts for a day or two. The bone marrow dies. The organs and soft tissue begin to decompose. The arteries and veins spill open like sieves. 3 days to 3 weeks, you're dead. That is what will happen to those boys.
Oh my god.
And what about us?
We've gotten a steady dose, but not as much of it. In time, cancer. Or aplastic anemia. Either way, fatal.
Wow.
Well, in a sense, it would seem we've gotten off easy then.
In comparison, who are y'all?
I've seen them before.
Now you know why I wanted to take a walk. You can presume the work site is bugged. And our rooms, even our bathrooms.
Oh, were those spies?
But if we're seeing them out in the open now, it's because they want us to know.
They're spies. They're spies! Whoa! There is almost no type of true privacy.
The fuel is melting faster than we expected.
I know. I have a plan. There's something I've wanted to ask you, comrade, but I see you're already asking yourself the same question.
Why did it explode?
Yeah, what were they
I've worked the
doing?
numbers over and over, and I always get the same answer. It's not possible.
You're not going to solve this here. Everyone who was in the control room, they're all in Moscow. We need to find out exactly what happened that night. Go now, while they're still alive. Talk to them. Because if we don't find out how this happened, it will happen again.
Wow, I had kind of almost forgotten about that whole aspect of why the heck did this even happen to begin with, and how important it would be to figure that out, as well as trying to protect everyone in the present moment.
Who's in charge here?
I'm the crew chief.
I'm Shadov, Minister of Coal Industries.
We know who you are.
So clean in comparison.
I need all 100 men to gather their equipment and get on the trucks.
Oh gosh, they're going to Chernobyl.
To where?
That's classified.
They're not even gonna give them a choice.
Start shooting. You haven't got enough bullets for all of us. We don't leave unless we know why.
You're going to Chernobyl. Do you know what's happened there?
We dig up coal, not bodies.
The reactor fuel is going to sink into the ground and poison the water from Kiev to the Black Sea. They want you to stop that from happening.
Is this gonna kill all of these guys too? Wow. Yeah, get his jacket nice and dirty while y'all are at it, because,
Now you look like the Minister of Coal.
I know it probably wasn't his decision at all. He probably had no say in it, but you're the messenger, so.
I told you no touching.
Yeah, you need to stop touching it.
They touch you. It's
Girl.
safe for them, it's safe for me.
Girl, it's not safe for them.
Where are the others?
They took them to a special room.
Open the curtains.
It's been a lot longer than 30 minutes, huh? He doesn't even really look like a human. Oh my god.
Tell me what you see outside.
I can see the Red Square and the Kremlin.
She's just painting a picture for
You see
him.
St. Basil's?
Yeah.
I told you I'd show you Moscow, didn't I?
Thank you.
And exactly what Velasov was describing is happening to him. Oh. They all look so terrible.
I'm not eating that shit. Give me something else.
I'm not a nurse, Comrade Dyatlov. I'm a nuclear physicist.
That's Dyatlov. Holy crap.
I'm not good at this, Boris. The lying.
Have you ever spent time with miners?
No.
My advice, tell the truth. These men work in the dark. They see everything.
Do these work?
To an extent. We need to install a liquid nitrogen heat exchanger underneath this concrete pad. So you have to get at it from underground.
And what's above the pad?
The core of the nuclear reactor, which is melting down.
Is it gonna fall on top of us?
Not if you're done within 6 weeks. Because we need to keep disruption of the ground above to a minimum, you can't use any heavy machinery. It has to be done by hand.
We're gonna need more men, 400 at least. How deep do you want this tunnel? 6 meters?
12.
We're not 12 meters below ground now.
That's just for the optics of it, isn't it?
We can start in the morning.
No. We start now. I don't want my men here one more second than they need to be. If these worked, you'd be wearing them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. 'Cause they've just already accepted their fate.
Are they all like that?
They're all like that.
You're just a no bullshit attitude. That's the dose of realness that those two men probably need. Gosh. They've been digging, huh? Not quite as dirty as coal. That's for sure. Why are they wearing all white? Maybe so that they could see each other, I guess, when you're underground. Maybe that could make sense. Or just for the drama.
What's up to?
Dirty.
50 degrees.
We need fans.
For what purpose?
To dig your fucking tunnel, that's why. Who's talking to you?
Oh, comrades.
We can't breathe without masks. We can't breathe with the masks.
Fans will put dust in the air. The dust will go in your lungs.
I've been breathing dust in my lungs for 20 years.
Not this dust.
Whoa.
I want you to tell me everything that happened on the night of the accident. Is that all right?
Yes. Is that still Diana or is that somebody else? Because I can't even tell. I think it's somebody else because it's a different room arrangement.
My name is Leonid Fedorovich Toptonov. I'm the senior reactor control chief engineer.
Senior engineer.
He's in so much pain.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh my god. Man, look at his hair. Oh. Holy crap. 25 also sounds quite young to be a senior engineer.
Have you been here this whole time?
No one said I should leave.
30 minutes, I said.
Well, where have you been? When he's in pain. I've been looking after him. Where have you been?
She has other patients.
It isn't safe for you
He's
here.
my husband.
Not anymore. He's something else now, do you understand? He's dangerous to you.
I don't want him to die alone.
Stay on the other side of the plastic, or I'll have you removed by security.
She's probably already been so exposed to anyway. What are you about to do, girl? What are you about to do? Oh, she went inside. Oh my gosh, girl.
Hey. It's night time now.
Whoa, whoa.
We're gonna have a baby.
Get out of there! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You're kidding me. You lied about being pregnant. Your baby is not gonna be okay. Without a doubt. I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her. Oh my god.
The fire's out. They say the whole job will be finished in 4 weeks. I know the job isn't over, but it's the beginning of the end.
It's the miners.
Oh, they're taking their clothes off because it's so hot down there. Did this really happen? You didn't give them fans, so...
You wouldn't give us fans. It's too hot for clothes.
Yeah.
So we're digging the old way. This is where our fathers mined.
You're not as protected. No.
You tell them to make a difference. When this is over, will they be looked after?
I don't know.
Wow. You can't even provide them any type of government gratitude, and you forced them to do this.
So the power level jumped from 200 to 400 megawatts. Why didn't you initiate an emergency shutdown? Why didn't you press the AZ5 button?
We did.
That's not possible.
I swear. I saw him do it. And that's when it exploded.
Which room is Akimov?
27.
Is she fully undercover? Did she like ask? Oh my goodness.
I pressed it before the explosion. I shut it down. I pressed SF5.
Thank you, Comrade Akimov.
She's figuring it out, but I'm certainly not figuring it out.
I did everything right.
Oh, she's in the same hospital.
Get out. Get out. Let me go. Stop it. Stop it. You let her in that room, inside the plastic, touching him. Did you know she's pregnant?
Wait, how does she know she's pregnant?
People are going to hear. Do you understand? Everyone is going to hear.
What is everyone going to hear?
Oh God, who's this?
You can check this. My name is Ulana.
We know who you are.
Uh-oh.
What is everyone going to hear?
Moscow, May 7th, 1986. Wow, that little painting thing looked kind of like the people suffering from extreme radiation.
Pamyat was arrested last night.
What? Was it?
Of course it was. Fix your tie.
The immediate danger is over. Now I'm afraid a long war must begin.
There is an enormous amount of radioactive debris and contamination spread out across a zone of approximately 2,600 square kilometers. All animals still surviving within the zone must be presumed contaminated and will have to be destroyed to prevent the spread of radiation and disease. So we will have to raise entire forests. We will have to rip up the top layer of earth and bury it under itself. We will need to construct a containment structure around the power plant itself.
There will be deaths. How many men do you require?
We expect this liquidation effort to take 3 years and approximately 750,000 men.
Wow.
How many deaths?
Thousands. Perhaps tens of thousands.
That is so hard to even
Begin at once.
wrap your head around the magnitude.
Comrade Chakov.
Oh, Larry.
My associate was arrested last night.
She was arrested by the KGB. You are the first deputy chairman of the KGB.
I am. That's why I don't have to bother with arresting people anymore.
But you are bothering with having us followed.
Yes, people are following you. People are following those people. The KGB is a circle of accountability. Nothing more.
So that's what they tell themselves, and some people even believe
You really
it.
don't trust us.
Of course I do. But you know the old Russian proverb, trust but verify.
I need her.
So you will be accountable for her? Then it's done.
Her name?
I know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, Professor.
That went surprisingly well. Came off like a naive idiot. Naive idiots are not a threat.
Damn.
Dyatlov won't talk to me. Akimov, yes. Toptonov, yes, but Akimov, his face is gone.
You want to stop?
Is that a choice I even have?
Do you think the fuel will actually melt through the concrete pad?
I don't know. 40% chance, maybe.
Maybe I'm killing them for nothing. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think you have a choice any more than I do. The problem has been assigned and you will stop at nothing until you find an answer. Because that is who you are. A scientist.
What was she figuring out, though?
Akimov says they shut the reactor down, and Toptonov confirms it. Akimov pressed AZ5, and then the reactor exploded. They both agreed. They were adamant.
Do you think it's possible?
I think it's what I would say if I was trying to cover my own mistakes.
But
I believe them.
They've got no reason to lie when they know they're about to die, so...
I'll go back to the hospital and re-interview Akimov and Toptonov.
If they're even still there.
If they're still awake.
they're not.
Oh, are they gonna finally evacuate even more people? Oh my gosh, the pets and the animals. Does that mean the Barry killed it? Wow. Wow, the crane. Nobody can be close. Is this real? Is this how they really buried some of these people too? Wow, this is crazy. Wow, not even just filled with dirt, fully cemented into the earth. That is so depressing. Wow, I feel like this episode really delved a lot more into just how much it's going to affect like the grand scheme of anyone in any surrounding area. I mean, they had started to kind of discuss that in the previous episode when they mentioned like how drifts of it were reaching other countries and they were detecting it in their atmosphere and everything. But I mean, I think this is the first that they've kind of discussed how if it seeps into the earth, it's going to affect the water supply and just the whole science of what an everyday person like myself would not think of first or very quickly at all is just like, you can't necessarily just barricade off this section of the earth and say everybody move like 100 miles away or kilometers away, and then we're just going to act like this never happened because of the effects that it's going to have down the line. I mean, you could do that, but it's not going to solve the problem. It also is obviously so easy for me to sit here and see the woman who wants to love and embrace her husband and everything and just wants to be able to be there for him. And obviously she doesn't understand the full extent at all of how much harm that's going to cause her and her baby. Oh no. It's easy for me to be like, lady, stop it. What are you doing? I mean, I fully acknowledge that. At the same time, I completely understand that they probably had no frame of reference for any kind of event like this. So how on earth, unless you are a scientist in this particular field, how on earth would you know how terrible of a thing that is going to be for yourself? Obviously, again, they're operating under the Soviet Union, which I think we also got a tiny bit more insight into with this one too, with seeing and then referencing the KGB spies, even referencing the spies who spy on the spies and all of that. So I think that definitely helps give a little bit more insight into the complexity and into a little bit of the reasoning of why a lot of these leaders operate with so much secrecy or with so much fear. And I am cautiously looking forward to the next one. Looks like the name of this episode is The Happiness of All Mankind. Interesting title. I'm very eager to watch more of this, so let's dive in.
It's time to go.
She's milking a cow. Huh.
This is an evacuation, you understand? It's not safe here. There's radiation in the air. What's wrong with you?
You know how old I am? I'm 82. I've lived here my whole life. What do I care about safe? You're not the first soldier to stand here with a gun. Boys like you marching in lines.
Kitty.
They told us to leave. But I stayed, and I'm still here. After all that I have seen. So I should leave now, because of something I cannot see at all.
This is a little bit different, but yeah, don't drink that milk. I mean, also, when someone is that old,
it's time to go.
Why not just let them live the rest of their life all on their own?
Please, stand up now.
No!
This is your last warning.
No. No! What? Is that true? Did this happen?
It's time to go.
Wait, he shot the cow. I thought he shot her. Oh, no! Oh. Wow. What a good opener, though, because I don't know if that's a true story or not, but it feels like something that could have happened, and it's exactly what everyone is grappling with. So many people don't understand the magnitude of what's happening, and then people like those soldiers or whoever are forced to, put everyone else's life at risk by letting someone, like if you let that woman stay 4 months after the explosion. I'm so nervous for her. Maybe she's 5 or 6 months along. It's Still a little ways to go.
Why is the core still exposed to the air? Why have we not already covered this up?
We can't get close enough. The debris on the roof is graphite from the core itself. It'll kill anyone who gets near it. The roof is in 3 levels. The small one here is Katya. Presume 2 hours of exposure is fatal. The one on the side, Nina, 1 hour, fatal.
Wow.
Lunacard's STR-1s. They're light, and if we line them with lead, they can withstand the radiation. Under no circumstances can men go up there. Robots only.
What about this large section?
Masha.
12,000 Rodkin.
Gosh.
If you were to stand there in full protective gear, head to toe, for 2 minutes, your life expectancy would be cut in half. By 3 minutes, you're dead within months. Lunar rovers won't work on Mars.
Wow.
It would be fair to say that that piece of roof is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Oh. Gosh, everyone coughing, sick.
10th, 181.
Bacho,
Pavel.
what unit were you in?
I'm not in the military.
They're running out of men.
Oh gosh. So they first sent a bunch of just people who were already in the military, but then they sent people from everyday life.
Give me an egg basket. He's with me. You understand?
Yeah, some weird dynamics here.
Put her on under your balls.
Now?
Over your clothes.
What?
You ever go hunting?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Today's your lucky day. We do animal control.
Animal control.
Yeah, they're radioactive.
No! No!
But it's not hard. They're mostly pets.
No!
They're happy to see you. They run right up to you. Bang, dump them in a pit. Bury them in concrete.
No, I don't want to see this.
Let's go get you a gun.
No, no, no.
I need to see the following documents. They're listed as permission only. I'm working for the Central Committee.
Comrade?
Gosh, not even.
You can have that one.
Whoa. Only one. What's in the other files? Is this the roof?
Bring up the cameras. Tell me when we're ready to move it.
To think that's what we put on the moon.
I'm not that one.
I know, not that one.
This rover was in storage. They can build 2 more. That should cover Nina and Katya.
Masha.
The Central Committee have informed me that they may have found something that could work up there. It's a German police robot, but West German, so as you can imagine, that wasn't an easy conversation to have.
The politics of literally just trying to save humanity. Got their little
Ollie, what's
control.
that? Smile.
Aww. Aww. I just want him to be able to be happy, but he can't.
I see your condition has improved, Comrade Dyatlov.
No, leave.
Oh, that is Dyatlov? Wow.
I need your help. Akimov initiated AZ-5. When you gave the order...
Order? What order?
Can you confirm that the reactor exploded after they attempted to shut it down?
How do I even know it exploded, huh?
I found this in the State Archive. It's about the operation of RBMK reactors under extreme conditions.
So?
The names of the authors have been redacted, and 2 pages have been removed.
Wow.
They didn't redact the table of contents.
What's in the table of contents?
The missing pages apparently refer to a positive void coefficient and AZ-5.
So everything's my fault, then?
I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to find out what happened. And whether you realize it or not, I'm your best chance to avoid a bullet.
I have no idea what would have gone here. Void coefficients have nothing to do with AZ-5.
You're not even curious.
What for? There's no truth. Ask the bosses whatever you want, you'll get the lie. I will get the bullet.
So he knows that however it was that he reacted, he is to blame to some degree? Maybe? Are they on Pet Patrol? Are these the Pet Patrol people? Oh no, no, no. Oh. Oh, this is so sad. He doesn't even know how to load a gun. He's so innocent.
Don't point this gun at me. That's easy, right? You can point it at this piece of shit.
Why is he so mean about the other person?
If you hit an animal and it doesn't die, keep shooting until it does. Don't let them suffer, or I'll kill you.
Aww.
Understand? I mean it. I've killed a lot of people.
I don't fully understand the logic of leaving the pets behind, because if the people were allowed to leave, then why can't the pets leave too? I mean, I guess just to make space.
Once we start, they'll run inside where they feel safe. So we go door to door.
Ah! No. No, 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 no. Please, no.
Hey, do your job. Door to door.
But if he doesn't even have experience with guns, then he's not gonna be a good shot, logistically speaking. No. Oh.
Go away.
Go. No. Run, buddy. Run. Oh. No, he's suffering. He's not dead. Oh my god. No. Ah! No! Oh my god. No.
Don't let them suffer.
Sorry.
You're dragging that to the truck.
No. I just mean, like, the logic of it is like, then why are the humans okay? I mean, I guess the animals have now been there for months and months, obviously. Oh, the back of the truck.
You gonna eat?
How could you eat after that? How could you eat with a bunch of dog corpses right in your view?
This happens to everyone the first time. Normally when you kill a man, but for you, a dog. My first time, Afghanistan. We were moving through a house and suddenly a man was there and I shot him in the stomach. Yeah, that's a real war story. But never any good stories like in the movies. They're shit. You put a bullet in someone, you're not you anymore. You'll never be you again.
The happiness of all mankind.
Title of the episode.
What?
Our goal is the happiness of all mankind.
Is that what that banner says?
Yeah, I'm happy every day. Back to work.
Big sigh, big sigh. Okay, the little robot's doing well. Gosh, there's so much.
Easy now, careful.
Oh, a new robot?
What's the German's name? Joker.
Is it ready?
It's ready.
Wow. Whoa. That is so impressive.
Motor's good. Signal's good.
All right, let's take this easy. Forward 1 meter, reverse 1 meter.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where'd the signal go? Oh man, your brand new shiny toy isn't working!
Did you lose the signal?
Not the signal, it's the vehicle. It's dead.
Of course I know they're listening! I want them to hear! I want them to hear it all!
Was that done on purpose?
Tell them!
The official position of the state is that a global nuclear catastrophe is not possible in the Soviet Union.
What?
They told the Germans that the highest detected level of radiation was 2,000 round.
Oh, so they lied!
That robot was never going to work.
Literally just because they don't want the outside world to know? They don't want to seem weak? Is that, like, what?
What if we don't clear it?
We have to clear it. If we don't clear the roof, we can't build a cover over it. If we can't cover it, that's 12,000 Ronkin. We need twice the radiation from the Hiroshima bomb.
We need another robot, one that can withstand the radiation.
If the Americans had that kind of technology, do you really think they'd give it to us? And even if they would, the Central Committee would never stoop to us. You know it, I know it.
We use bio-robots. Men.
No. That's what they were trying to avoid all along. That's what... Already having a more accurate shot. Oh my god. Stop. It's It's just so sad. Those were friends. Those were little friends that people loved.
Where do they get their food?
They eat the chickens, and they eat each other.
Just is like, why not just let them all die out on their own? I mean, I guess they could wander out of the evacuation zone eventually, but Kitty! Stop. Are they eating each other? Oh, no.
Just go outside.
Oh, wait, no, they are eating something. But what are they eating? Is it? Oh, and it's puppies. That's what it is, Camilla. It's newborn puppies. Oh my God. Oh, what? Is that a hole? And they're gonna put cement over all of these. Oh no! Ah! Oh my God! No. No. They're innocent creatures that had nothing to do with the explosion.
Because of the nature of the working area, you will each have no more than 90 seconds to solve this problem.
Oh my gosh.
You will enter reactor building 3. When you get to the top, wait inside behind the entrance to the roof and catch your breath. You will need it for what comes next. Take care not to stumble. There's a hole in the roof. Take care not to fall. These are the most important 90 seconds of your lives.
It's time to go. After 90 seconds, I will ring a bell. When you hear it, return immediately. Drop your shovels in the bin and proceed down the hallway for decontamination.
Oh my gosh. Like, where do you even begin? I feel like so many of these measures too are just to make you feel better. But like, I mean, does it even matter? Like, you're out there. God. Teamwork. Gosh, there have been multiple times in this that they've done such a good job just in this series of displaying the paranoia and the nervousness through people who are literally like, you can't see an inch of their face. They're fully clothed, they're fully masked up, and just through their body language and also through the like dosimeter crackling noises, like through all of that. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, is he stuck? Oh my God. Oh. I don't think that touching the liquid is good, but none of it's good at all. Wow.
Comrade soldier, you're done.
They've done a very good job of like just showing us the urgency and the nervousness and everything, and oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so nervous for what is going to be born. And is she gonna be okay? Is it gonna hurt her? I don't know.
We needed to speak to you somewhere without you.
We're going to put Dyatlov on trial, and Brukhanov and Fomin.
The Central Committee is sending Legasov to Vienna. It's the headquarters of the International
Atomic Energy Agency, huh?
Ooh.
Well, then you'd better know what happened. I've constructed a timeline, minute by minute. Every decision, every button push, every turn of a switch.
Are they guilty?
Of gross incompetence, violation of safety regulations. But the explosion? I'm not sure. They shut the reactor down, and then it exploded. I think this article may have the answer, but 2 pages have been removed.
Oh, God.
You've seen this before.
Believe me when I tell you that I had no idea it could cause an explosion. None of us knew.
None of you knew what?
In 1975, at an RBMK reactor at Leningrad, a fuel channel ruptured. The operators pressed AZ5, but instead of the power going down immediately, it went up.
Oh, so he knows even...
When an RBMK reactor runs at low power, it's notoriously unstable. Under normal circumstances, the control rods can compensate for that.
They pulled almost all the control rods out to bring the power back up.
This is what Volkov learned from Leningrad. When they're put back in, the first thing that enters the core isn't boron. The control rods have graphite tips. that displace water and steam. Reactivity doesn't go down, it goes up dramatically.
Why on earth would they press that button?
They didn't know.
Volkov warned the Kremlin 10 years ago. There could be no doubt about the supremacy of the Soviet nuclear industry.
The KGB classified it as a state secret.
What? Something that is critical to public safety?
The floor will not lead to an explosion unless the operators have pushed the reactor to the edge of disaster.
So it is their fault?
Yes.
But not only their fault.
No.
Is that what you're going to say in Vienna?
You can't possibly be that naive.
There are 16 RBMK reactors running in the Soviet Union right now. We have to fix them.
What you're proposing is that Legasov humiliate a nation that is obsessed with not being humiliated. You leave this information out in Vienna, they quietly let us fix the remaining reactors.
Deal with the KGB. You have a chance to talk to the world, Valery. If that chance was mine.
But it isn't, is it? I've known braver souls than you, Hamyuk. Because when it's your life and the lives of everyone you love, your moral conviction doesn't mean anything. All you want at that moment is not to be shot.
Do you know the name Vasily Ignatenko? He was a fireman. I've been looking in on his widow. She gave birth. The baby lived for 4 hours.
Oh.
They said the radiation would have killed the mother, but the baby absorbed it instead.
Oh.
To hell with your deal. To hell with our lives. Someone has to start telling the truth.
You are the last of 3,828 men. You have performed your duties perfectly. I wish you good health and long life.
Thank you. I served the Soviet Union.
I'm sorry, girl. Especially this episode, I've been able to see even more and more Legasov, like the bit of fight that he had at the beginning, which wasn't like that much. Apparently, you're not really, supposed to fight the system at all, So the little bit of fight that he did have was kind of faded a little bit in this episode. And then more so, Emily Watson's character is kind of representing this no, we should do the right thing perspective. It's disheartening to see his spirits seem a lot lower. Doesn't trust that certain efforts that he makes are gonna be appreciated, are gonna be respected. Yeah, he has to kind of play by their rules to some degree, and that's kind of really starting to show in his spirit and his demeanor. That was a very sad episode. I mean, they all are pretty sad to some degree, but that one was just especially sad, especially seeing the loss of that woman's baby, and which I knew something was going to happen. I more so was afraid that it was going to be born with some sort of deformities or defects or something, but I didn't expect the outcome of giving birth to the baby and then the baby dying 4 hours later. That's very sad. And then we also, of course, had all of the animals. That was very hard to see, and something that I'm assuming is true that happened, that had to happen. I don't even really want to talk about that part too much because that just really, really stabbed me in the heart. It really hurt my heart because obviously we've already seen and known all of this human death and exposure and everything, and I'm aware of that now, and I'm aware of some of the unbelievably extreme levels of that exposure. But I wasn't even necessarily thinking about the animals beyond them having to have been left, the pets and everything, because I know that there was a line that said that you had to leave your pets and all of that. But I just thought they would be able to live the rest of their lives, however long they would have being exposed to such extreme radiation. I didn't think that they would just go in and slaughter them. And, I'm not a scientist. I see the logic, or what at least would feel like logic, but it also is if this place is evacuated, I don't know, because I guess the fear would be they've been there for months now, breathing in the air, being exposed to this radiation, and then, if they were to wander off to the nearby town, which I just feel animals that were house pets don't tend to wander 50 miles away, but I don't know. I understand that there's a ton of stuff, a ton of intricacies that I probably don't fully comprehend or understand or am aware of, including how far dogs tend to travel, especially, I feel like, more than a cat. Overarching theme of secrecy and suppressing the truth or not telling the full truth, and it all just continues to lead back to something that just, I know it's so much more complex than this, but it just feels like ego. It just feels like we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to be ashamed of, this accident that happened and the scale of it, and we don't want the rest of the world to be pointing and laughing at us. It feels like such a selfish outlook and selfish way to go about that, because all you're preserving is your own reputation. I understand that the way that they might have looked at it is quite different, and they probably felt like they were doing the right thing a lot of the time, but I would say they weren't. Yeah, it also makes you wonder, what else in this world have we been told only a partial truth about? I have been very excited to watch this final episode and just curious. I know that a lot of questions are most likely going to get answered in this final episode, and I'm also dreading it a bit because I know that what we ultimately learn is probably going to inform us as to why Legasov's story ends the way that it does, as we know that it ends, as they presented to us in the first episode and everything. So I'm just very curious to see how we end up there. The spring allergies have really gotten me. You can probably hear it in my voice a little bit as well, but the spring allergies really got me this year. I'm still not feeling good. Every year my allergies just get worse and worse. It's really bizarre. Here is episode 5 of Chernobyl. Wow, this music feels so peacefully ominous. Is this pre-evacuation? He looked familiar. Was he in the control room, or am I just... Oh, stop. 12 hours before the explosion. Okay, maybe we're gonna get some more answers as to why it exploded.
This little problem we have with the safety test, if it's completed successfully, yes, I think promotion's very likely.
Does he want...
I would like to be considered.
Yep, he wants his job, so he wants the safety test to go well.
I've just had a call from the grid controller in Kiev. He says we can't lower power any further, not for another 10 hours. It's the end of the month. Everyone's working overtime, the factories need power, someone's pushing down from above.
Now, if we need to wait 10 hours, we wait.
It's safe. We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. I'll personally supervise the test, and it will be completed.
Call me when it's done.
So all this, the hastening in the hopes of a promotion, sitting on the other side of the desk.
From Vienna. Do you read German? At last, a Soviet scientist who tells the truth. The West is now satisfied that Chernobyl was solely the result of operator error, which it essentially was. We have you to thank for that.
Hero of the Soviet Union. I understand my duty to the state. You gave us assurances. The reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial. After that, we can deal with the reactors.
Okay, so he didn't end up telling the full truth like Emily Watson's character wanted him to. Oh, the effects are starting to show.
Chokov is saying they're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
The state will never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced. At the trial, you're going to tell the truth. The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community to observe the trial. And when your testimony arrives at the moment of the explosion, that is when our jury will finally hear the truth.
And you think that these scientists, handpicked to witness a show trial, will somehow be stirred into action by me? Why?
Because you're Valery Legasov and you mean something.
They will shoot me. I went willingly to an open reactor, so I've already given my life. Isn't that enough?
No, I'm sorry, but it is not.
What a predicament. But he knows what the right thing would be.
It began with, of all things, a safety test. Why was there need for a safety test at all? Reactor number 4 was not new when the accident occurred. Plant director Viktor Brykhanov signed this document, certifying the completion of the construction of the reactor. Now, this document was a lie. All safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained. The science is strong, but a test is only as good as the men carrying it out. And the first time they tried, they failed. The second time they tried, they failed. The third time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26, 1986.
There's still more to it, which is the information that we're hoping Legasov will deliver.
To understand what happened that night, we have to go back 10 hours earlier, April 25th, the day the test was meant to take place. Power grid officials in Kiev say that they cannot afford a further reduction in electricity until after midnight. Competent management would have insisted on cancelling the test. These 3 men allowed it to proceed.
Gosh, Dyatlov's hair is just white.
At midnight, there is a shift change.
Akimov says to come to the control room as soon as you can.
He's already here.
He came in early. Something about a test. You know the test they're supposed to run. They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they've given it to us.
To us? We don't know what...
Oh, they didn't even...
We don't know what it is.
It's fine.
I have to do something I've never done before with Dyatlov looking over my shoulder.
Oh, don't worry. We'll do it together.
They weren't even, like, familiar with the procedure or anything.
Yes, in the program there's instructions of what to do, and then well, there's a lot of things crossed out. What should I? He says to follow the crossed out instructions.
So then why are they crossed out?
Seriously. Oh my gosh.
Been cleared to run the test.
The desperation to do this is literally for a promotion.
I haven't reviewed. We only just found out we're...
There, review it. Or you can just do what I tell you. I think even you, stupid as you are, can manage that.
It's not good. Shut the f*** up and do your job.
Ooh.
I've never done this with the power so low before. It's okay, I'm with you.
The night shift had not been trained to perform the experiment. They hadn't even been warned it was happening. Leonid Topchenov, the operator responsible for controlling and stabilizing the reactor that night, was all of 25 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And his total experience on the job, 4 months.
It's brand new.
There are essentially 2 things that happen inside a nuclear reactor. The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down. We have a vicious cycle on our hands. And we would, were it not for this. When nuclear fuel gets hotter, it gets less reactive. Fuel increases reactivity. When the core is running at full power, it burns the xenon away before it can cause a problem. Because of the delay, Chernobyl reactor 4 has been held at half power for 10 hours. The xenon did not burn away. It built up, poisoning the core. We're starting to lose balance.
Oof.
Should have finished by now.
We're following protocol for reduction rate.
You're procrastinating.
Oh my gosh, the pressure. And...
Come get me when these old women are ready.
Yes, Comrade Dyatlov.
Oh my gosh. No care for everybody else's safety.
Ease it down to 700. Whoa, 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 slow.
I didn't move any rods there.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
I'm not even touching it.
Oh my gosh. You might want to get back in there, buddy.
We did everything right. I think that maybe the core is poisoned.
Well, if you thought the core was poisoned, then you didn't do everything right.
Turn off LAC. It may be possible to get more control.
Do it, go.
Wow, it's going even faster. It's like double, triple.
What did you do?
I did what you said. I switched.
Look at it!
Comrade Dyatlov.
You're going to tell me that you did everything right again, you incompetent arsehole?
We have to shut all the way down.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
We can't raise the power from here. The rules.
Don't talk to me about rules.
I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
Wow.
No, I won't do it. It isn't safe.
It's safe, and if the 2 of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't.
He's about to eat his own words. I don't even know what that phrase was supposed to mean.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
Oh my gosh, he tried. I don't know if that's true, but wow.
I wasn't in the room when they raised the power.
Look how much he's aged over 1 year.
Comrade Hamyuk interviewed everyone who was in the control room that night. They all told the same story. I knew what Dyatlov ordered was wrong, but if I didn't do what he said, I would be fired.
It's really starting to affect Boris. That's been me all week, though, with the pollen.
Do you know anything about this town, Chernobyl? It was mostly Jews and Poles. And then the Nazis came and killed whoever was left. But after the war, people came to live here anyway. They knew the ground under their feet. It was soaked in blood, but they didn't care. No one ever thinks it's going to happen to them. And here we are.
Well, it's time.
Maybe a year. I know you told me and I believed you. But time passed and I thought it wouldn't happen to me. I wasted it all for nothing. They told me they were putting me in charge. And they said it wasn't serious. I believed them.
Because they put you in charge.
I'm an inconsequential man, Valera. That's all I've ever been. I hoped that one day I would matter, but I didn't. I just stood next to people who did.
There are other scientists like me. Any one of them could have done what I did. Everything we asked for. Everything we needed.
They heard me, but they listened to you. They mistakenly sent the one good man. You were the one who mattered most.
Oh, that was very sweet. We don't get a whole lot of just kind of the actual emotional relationship between these two, and that was a very nice moment.
Beautiful.
The time is 38 past midnight. The reactor is drowning in poison. They begin pulling control rods out. Dozens at a time. There were 211 control rods in reactor 4. Akimov and Toptonov completely withdrew 205. Only 6 now remain in the reactor. It's 1 in the morning. The test is minutes away.
This is so much more information than what we were getting. Even when they showed her interviewing these guys.
This is all we can get. It's 200 megawatts. We pulled almost everything out.
That's all we have, that's all we have.
But the test requires 700.
It's enough, I know what I'm doing. Stelyachuk.
We should warn Herdomchuk, the pipes are going to be jumping.
Never mind him. Kirschenbaum.
Wow, no regard.
The separator drum is too low, 5 atmospheres.
All right, let's all help him. Get it up as best you can. You have 15 minutes.
The problem they were facing was not solvable. The test was already ruined. Circulation operators are in the pump room. None of them have been told about the test. None of them know what is about to happen.
Oh my god.
Toptonov sees a report. The computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Well, of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test.
Oh my god.
We did everything right.
This is terrible.
Now the test begins. Uranium fuel is now unchecked by fresh coolant, unchecked by control rods. The remaining xenon decays away. The power is rising. There's nothing left to stop it.
We have a power surge, Sasha.
You know, kudos to the 25-year-old's bravery for even trying to speak up as much as he did.
In every control room of every nuclear reactor in the world, there is a button with one single purpose. In Soviet reactors, that button is called AZ5. All of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped, dead.
But there weren't any rods left. There were hardly any rods left.
What are you waiting for, Legasov? Tell your lies.
This is also the piece of information that...
Court is now adjourned. We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
Comrade Sabina.
Let him finish.
Yeah, okay, so this is the piece of information that he's been so nervous to share.
Dyatlov broke every rule we have. He pushed a reactor to the brink of destruction. Did these things believing there was a failsafe. The shutdown system had a fatal flaw. The tips are made of graphite, which accelerates reactivity.
Why?
For the same reason our reactors do not have containment buildings around them, like those in the West. It's cheaper.
Wow, that's why he can't call this out, because it questions the entire integrity of the Soviet Union.
The reaction in the core, which had been rising, skyrockets. Chernobyl reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and down. There's nothing he can do to stop what is coming. 1:23 and 44 seconds. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading. Designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts. went beyond 33,000. 123.45, explosion. Oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite.
One of the biggest disasters that's ever occurred in the world.
No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator because it was kept from them.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
The testimony in Vienna was a lie. 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw.
If you mean to suggest the Soviet state is somehow responsible for what happened, then I must warn you, you are treading on dangerous ground.
We're on dangerous ground right now because of our secrets and our lies. When the truth offends, we lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there.
When the truth offends.
Every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt is paid.
Poetic lines.
That is how an RBMK reactor core explodes.
Wow.
Lies.
I just keep saying wow. But wow. Oh, I'm so proud of him. What he did is pulling everything about the Soviet Union into question. Oh. He was so brave.
Valery Alexeyevich Legasov at the Kurchatov Institute. You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists.
Yes.
To curry favor with Kremlin officials. You're one of us, Legasov.
But he doesn't want to be.
You're not brave. You're not heroic. You're just a dying man who forgot himself.
I know who I am.
No.
I know what I've done.
Scientists. And your idiot obsession with reasons. Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press.
What?
It never happened.
Oh my God, of course they're gonna do that.
You will live, but not as a scientist. Not anymore. No friends. No one will talk to you. No one will listen to you. Other men, lesser men, will receive credit for the things you have done. Your legacy is now their legacy. You'll live long enough to see that.
Oh my God.
What role did Shabina play in this?
He didn't know what I was going to say.
It would be curious if you chose this moment to lie.
I would think a man of your experience would know a lie when he hears one.
Oh, he hears his lies all the time.
You will not meet or communicate with either one of them ever again. You will remain so immaterial to the world around you that when you finally do die, it will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
If I refuse,
why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
That's literally the thesis of what happened at Chernobyl. Is that true that he was just yanked from any outside contact, basically? I mean, I'm assuming that it's true.
Scientist is to be naive.
And that's why you did the tapes.
You're so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it. The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Oh my gosh. The audio tapes of Legasov's memoirs were circulated among the Soviet scientific community. In the aftermath of his death, Soviet officials finally acknowledged the design flaws of the RBMK nuclear reactor. The reactors were retrofitted to prevent an accident like Chernobyl from happening again. The character of Pamyat was created to represent them all and honor their dedication and service to truth and humanity. I did know that part from listening to the podcast. Boris Sherbina died on August 22nd, 1990, 4 years and 4 months after he was sent to Chernobyl. After his release, Fomin returned to work. Wow, they got the glasses exactly the same. Wow, at a nuclear power plant. Dyatlov died from radiation-related illness in 1995. He was 64. Body was never recovered. He is permanently entombed under Reactor 4. The firefighter's clothing still remains in the basement of the Pripyat hospital. It is dangerously radioactive to this day. Oh my God. Following the death of her husband and daughter, Ignatenko suffered multiple strokes. Doctors told her she would never be able to bear a child. Oh, they were wrong. She lives with her son in Kiev. Of all the people who watched from the railway bridge, it has been reported that none survived. It is now known as the Bridge of Death. Oh my God, all of these pieces of information It has been widely reported that the 3 divers who drained the bubbler tanks died as a result of their heroic actions. In fact, all 3 survived after hospitalization. 2 are still alive today. That is very impressive. Despite widespread accounts of sickness and death as a result of radiation, the Soviet government kept no official records of their fate. Approximately 300,000 people were displaced from their homes. They were told that this was temporary. It is still forbidden to return. Following the explosion, there was a dramatic spike in cancer rates across Ukraine and Belarus. The highest increase was among children. We will never know the actual human cost of Chernobyl. Most estimates range from 4,000 to 93,000 deaths. Quite a range. It's probably on the higher end of that. The official Soviet death toll, unchanged since 1987, is 31. Wow, that is denial. In memory of all who suffered and sacrificed. What an incredible piece of television this really truly was. It is fascinating to get kind of some answers to the questions that were lingering and just the open-endedness of a lot of this. Literally just the simple fact of why this button that should have worked, ACID5, AZ5, why it would work in almost any other country and wouldn't work in the Soviet Union is because the Soviet Union would choose the cheapest options and then also hide information that should have been shared if they were choosing the cheapest options to create their nuclear power plant. And then, yeah, this information is suppressed. Nobody is operating with the fullest information. That's just frustratingly incompetent Dyatlov was, or just at least how they conveyed him to be in that last episode especially, and has just focused on his own gain and growth. There also are these crucial bits of information that even he didn't have, that maybe, perhaps if he had, maybe he would have done all of that a little differently, who's to say? But that information was not even available to him because it wasn't available to most people who should have had that information. It's haunting. It's truly haunting. They did a wonderful job of creating this show. I know that Craig Mazin is the showrunner for it, and I've been listening to the companion podcast and getting some more tidbits of information through that as well, which has been very interesting to listen to. It is such a huge just failure of the Soviet Union and of just humankind in a way, you know, but the efforts that they went to remediate as much as they could, as much as they were able to, and save as many people as they were able to. The efforts that they went to is also it's the counterpart to how terrible this accident is. It's the hopefulness of it, the worst and the best of humankind, all in one big major event. But Legasov's story and how that ultimately ends, and how it sounds like, so now the first scene of the first episode is making more sense as well. He had been just completely secluded, I'm guessing, and being 24-hour watch by the KGB for 9 months or so. Also, I did learn through the companion podcast that he was apparently, like, he also had a family and everything. They just didn't include all of that in the show because it just felt like too much and too complicated. And that also begs the question whether he was staying with his family or whether they ended up, like, secluding him from his family. Either way, utterly depressing. My heart just breaks for all of these people who had shortened lifespans because of the efforts that they went to for Stellan Skarsgård's character as well, who was a very interesting character to watch and just see his evolution from, you know, kind of being a representation of the system and of the Soviet Union in a way at the beginning, slowly unraveling and, you know, more so just being willing and wanting to help in every way that he could. You know, by the end, standing up for Legasov at the hearing. And this is something that just, it could have been such a boring series, I feel like, and it's just, no offense, you know, but this just is something that is a topic that's confusing, and just the nature of it, it's not bright and shiny, it's not some really cool scandal type of thing. It's not flashy and showy, it's not any of those things that might draw a lot of people to watch a certain TV show or movie or whatever. Yet they're able to, I think, convey this story and also convey a lot of the scientific elements of it, which I know I certainly didn't pick up on everything, but I feel like I understood the basic concept enough to understand the very general idea of why this happened and how this happened and everything. I just think that they did a phenomenal job with this series, with the creation of it. Jared Harris, Stellan Skarsgård, Emily Watson, incredible acting performances from those three headlining performers, but also everyone in between as well. Really, really well made. And I feel like just such an important story to get out there. And I'm so glad they did. I know that this came out years ago now in 2019, but I feel like this is such an important story for people to have a more widespread knowledge of. Like I said at the beginning of this whole journey, I didn't know anything about Chernobyl coming into this. Anything at all, other than like they had made a TV show about it. And I know that there are definitely a lot of people, maybe my age, maybe older, maybe younger, etc., who don't know anything about it because they weren't alive when this happened and wouldn't have heard of it in any way that way. And a lot of history classes in school just, they don't typically tend to touch on this, you know? I mean, living in America especially, a lot of it is usually America-centric, America-focused. And so there are a lot of things that I feel like, you know, there's just not time in history class unless you take a specifically targeted towards certain topics type of history class. Maybe you would have heard about this then, but wow, I feel like this is so important because it's such a lesson also in what can happen when there's this incredible blanket of secrecy in your government and everything. And I just think this is an important story on many different levels. But most of all, to honor the people who went to the efforts that they did, you know, like Legasov and all of the scientists, all of the people in between, the miners and the people who helped carry the debris off of the roof. And just from my very distant perspective, I feel like they did a good job of creating this series and honoring the people who basically gave their lives to remediate this situation and everything. So yeah, I feel like they did a wonderful job. I apologize for my voice and for my lower energy probably because of this dang pollen. Anyway, thank you for going on this Chernobyl journey with me. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch ya when we're watching the next movie or TV show or whatever we end up watching next. Bye!